Yes guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Lady Hear Me Tonight Diamonds remake. So today we're going to cover the chorus, and in the last part we did the intro, verse and builds. So before we start the chorus, let's go and take a quick listen back to what we did in the last part.
Lady, hear me tonight, 'cause my feeling is just so right. As we dance by the moonlight, can't you see you're my delight? Lady, I just feel like I won't get you out of my mind. I feel love for the first time, and I know that it's true. I can tell by the look in you.
So we're all caught up, let's go and jump into the chorus now and try and get that close. So I'm going to start this remake with the bass, which is a really intricate element on this song because you've got all sorts of different things like womp sounds, even a bass guitar sample in there, and just various presets. So we're going to start on the womp sounds, which play an A sharp note, and this is how our first preset sounds. This is the preset, it's from Car Music Volume 3, and I've not really changed anything other than cut off, I think, just to give it a bit more of an aggressive tone. And then we have this womp no preset from Car Music Volume 2. And so these are all the automations, as you can see, for the womp sound, just jumping quickly outside the pattern view. So we've got a one shot here which has been reversed, and also just automating cut off and volume, so you really get that kind of suctioned aggressive sound. I also wanted to treat the womp sound slightly differently to the rest of the bass, so I've just put an OTT on it, and then that's been fed into the bass sound overall, so you get the same sidechain and everything else. So next up we're going to move on to the slightly pluckier bass, and we're going to start this with the Often preset, which is such a solid preset if you just want a really well-rounded, like punchy bass. So again, pay attention to the staccato kind of cuts in the sound. This really gives you that nice stop and start feel, which is just really prevalent in this song. And also you'll see that some of the notes aren't really on the beat. So this is just where we're shuffle quantizing the whole thing. I think I've got about 50% strength, so everything's got a bit of swing to it. And then we have the Blue Guard preset, which adds a lot of dirty kind of analog sound to the whole thing. So next up we have this womp sound, which I believe is just being used on the first kind of bar here. This just gives you like a quick sub drop kind of vibe to the whole sound. So now alongside all of this, I've got a top kick layer, which is just being added in to add more click to the whole sound. And by default, this was already a top kick sound, so I didn't really have to do any shaping. Just throw it in and play all of the same MIDI notes. You don't get kind of variations in the click. So you just get the same straight up note every time. And this does wonders for the whole bass sound because it will just click through in the mix, it will cut through. And then we also have this sample which I've just quickly thrown in from my own library. So this is just a slap bass kind of sound. But then the MIDI, what we've got for it is here. And then finally in the arrangement view, we've got these channel pitch automations here on the main Often sound. So these are just little pitch glides here and there. So altogether our bass sounds like this. And the processing here is simple, but just does wonders for the whole bass sound as well. So everything gets glued together with the CLA lightly, about -3 compression reduction on the whole kind of sound. And then we've got the BX Digital, which adds a ton of width to the whole sound and kind of puts all of the top clicky sounds just to the side a bit, so you get a wider, bigger feeling bass sound. So next up we're going to add some drums in here, and we've got the kicks to start things off. So these are from Car Music Volume 4. I've just taken a standard kick, and then also this kick here, which I've shaped into a top kick. So now we also have this clap sound from Car Music Volume 4 with a little bit of pre-shift. Now we've got some hi-hats, which I'm using a one shot here. Really short kind of closed hi-hat, and then I've got this top loop from Fish in the Lake Volume 2. So let's take a quick look at the drum processing. We're starting with the CLA, obviously, just adding a bit of glue to the whole sound. Super quick and easy to just throw on your sounds. And then the Lindell T100 just adds a ton of punch in the kind of 85 Hertz region. Now we're adding in the string sound, which was from the verses, obviously now with some sidechain. So now we move on to these really powerful little noise stabs, which if you don't already do this in your productions, I'd really recommend, because these just add a lot of kind of instant stab of energy. Now it's just a case of adding in the usual kind of downlifters, impacts and crashes to really build the whole atmosphere. So I think that sums up all of the production for the chorus, and obviously last video we did the verses and builds. So now we're going to go and take a listen to everything all in one go and see how close we got overall. Let me know what you want to see in future videos from us, and make sure you show your support by hitting the like button down below, subscribe if you're not already part of the channel, and let's go and take a quick listen to what we did in the last two parts.
Give me tonight, 'cause my feeling is just so right. As we dance by the moonlight, can't you see you're my dear?